Okay, as part of this rural skills series of videos, we've got sharpening a pair of secateurs. Now, one of the main things with secateurs is this central nut has to be the right tension. You don't want these two things slopping about. And of course, some of the cheaper models, the nut always gets lost and it's always a weird thread. But what you want is for this, which is the sharp cutting edge, to slide past this, which is the anvil, like that. So if either one of these are bent and they're not sliding past each other, you need to address that. If it's been used to cut something far too heavy, then the anvil actually can bend out this way, in which case you need to straighten it out so that the knife edge, as it were, slides past the anvil. But the other thing is, this edge between that slightly tapering up and that flat needs to be sharp. And this face here, you never file. You might clean it up with a bit of wet and dry, just like this, just to brighten it up a bit. But that edge, that corner there, needs to be sharp. And then the other thing is, this edge needs to be sharp, but you never ever file that side, always this side, so that that face and that face have a better chance of just sliding over each other. Again, if you wanted to, you can just clean them up with a bit of wet and dry, remove any corrosion. Yeah, this is a particularly, I mean, it's not bad steel, but they've been allowed to sit in the glass house with plant sap on them, and that is not what you would call sharp. So let's zoom down into the leg vise, and let's just see if we can get this put in the vise. That looks pretty good. So we've got to sharpen this with a file facing slightly upwards, and we've got all sorts of things to sharpen it with. We've got a little bit of sandstone off the beach, that would do. We have a broken bit of sharpening stone. We've got a half round file, that's the favourite, and of course we've got a chainsaw file as well. That's a 5.5mm chainsaw file, but this obviously is the favourite one. So let's zoom down. So I'm trying to do this so I'm not in the way. So normally, you see, I'd be like that, but my elbow's in the way, so I'm going to do it like this. So you just need to can you hear that? That's reasonable steel. So definitely don't pull the file backwards, or else you will blunt the file. When you pull a file backwards across an edge, it damages the teeth. If it's across a flat bit of steel, then it can't damage the teeth. But across an edge, it definitely does. Now this is flexing a bit, so it's not ideal. And I'm trying not to touch that edge with the file. So that is now a nice sharp edge, and there's actually a burr where the metal is pushed over slightly. There's a burr on that side. So we can, if we want to, just try and remove that burr with this wet and dry. Remember, you never file that side. Never, ever, ever, because you'll interfere with this sliding fit. But that is bright all the way along that edge, and hopefully you can see that. There's a bit of a a dark spot there, but the edge is sharp. Okay, so now we need to sharpen this edge. I wonder if I can clamp it like that. No, that's no good. I think we're going to have to revert to, in the interests of getting reasonable footage, that's not too bad. So now I've got a flat file here. Again, I'm not doing it in the ideal way because I'm keeping my elbow out of the camera line. So we just filing that like that. So you can use a flat file, you can use the flat side of your half round file, you can use a bit of sharpening stone, and of course the sharpening stone will give the sharper edge, but I'm not sure whether you actually need it that sharp for general pruning. Actually, the serrations caused by a flat file are probably more than good enough. So there's a bit of a burr on this side, so let's just get rid of that burr. We're flat on that blade, we're not at an angle, we're absolutely flat, so we're not creating a taper on this side. So that is flat and that is flat. That's not bad. A little bit rough there. That's not bad. Yeah, that's a lot better than it was. So we've just got a little bit of wobble there, so we need some oil in there and see if we can tighten that nut up again. So now this is the wrong nut because that's a brass nut. So let's hold the nut in the vise just because it's easier. Let's put some oil on that. Okay, so there is a slot there. Now, no, that will not tighten up anymore. Yeah, so we're going to have to make up with that. We're going to have to just do with that. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Right, let's just go and check, see how good these are now. So we've got a bit of bramble there. That's pretty good. And a piece of ash branch, ash twig, yeah. I think that'll do. Now, will it cut something small? It will. Yeah, because it will cut thick stuff alright. But it's the small branches right at the end of the blade there. That's fine. Yep, there's a thinner branch there. There we go. Hopefully you found that interesting, and it's just application of theory. Please comment and subscribe, and I'll catch up with you soon. Cheers for now.